Hey water signs, and welcome to your tarot love reading. And as always, check out my description box below. While you're doing that, I'm just gonna start drawing cards for you. And what I really like about you water signs is that I'm a water sign too. And there's something that's really kind of cool about us water signs is that we definitely know how to flow. And when we're actually in the flow, instead of trying to control the flow, amazing things happen, right? We're able to create things, some really beautiful things. But the thing that can really take advantage of us sometimes are our own emotions. And we really have to find our balance in that because emotion can definitely sway us to and fro. And unless we're really masters of our own emotions, it's really hard to find our balance in emotions because they are so fluid. And so it's really important for all of us to really learn how our emotions do flow through us so that we can be consciously aware of how they affect our experience here. And it's really important that we understand that part of ourselves because if we don't, then our emotions can get the best of us. But we can't approach it from a state of control because then we're not enjoying the moment. We're trying to control the moment. And that's also learning the balance between our ego and our essence. And that could be challenging too because until we really learn how those two operate with us, ego can then take over that role of trying to balance itself out because ego really wants to support you in accomplishing goals, but our balance isn't a goal, it's an experience. And that in that experience we actually allow things to naturally be as they are. So even if your ego interjects, that's an experience, right? So if you're not at the point in your own connection where you allow your ego to explore things the way they are, and you're trying to control your own ego, guess what's happening? Your ego is still trying to control things, but it's trying to do it in a manner that supports your objective. Because ego wants to accomplish goals. So if it sees the goal that you're trying to accomplish by not having your ego control your life, then your ego is gonna have this perception that you did it. You arrived at not allowing your ego to control you. So that's something that could be uh, a major challenge when it comes to your own experience here as a human, is that when you live your life unconsciously, you run on a program, and that program is designed to engage your ego. And so if we don't want to be on that program, then we have to disengage ego from being the main driving factor in our life. And the only way that we can disengage is by actually tuning in to the guidance that we receive from our essence. And in our duality here as a human being, our duality resonates from the duality of our essence and ego. So then it's up to all of us to learn how those two resonate within us. Then once you learn that, then you can consciously decide what you want to follow in your own life. So why I'm bringing this to your attention, water signs, is that you have this great sense of ownership of your emotions. Emotions resonate from your heart chakra. So what's going to happen when you try to tune into your guidance of your essence? you can actually tune into your emotions. Because your ego is gonna understand emotions because it's part of the human experience, but it doesn't understand guidance from essence because ego doesn't want to surrender its power because it's going to perceive that your essence is going to take over the role of ego. But your essence doesn't even care about taking on some role that your ego perceives that it has because your essence is just here for the human experience and the ego is part of that experience. So if you want to have an experience that is driven by ego, your essence is just going to allow you to have that experience because it's here for the human experience. So if you want to experience your your human experience here, so to speak, and you want to run on a program that is attached to your ego, then by all means, that's how you're going to experience life. But I can guarantee that if you experience your life on a program, that's not going to be your most fulfilled experience because the program itself is empty. It's just a program. So you're not going to feel fulfilled by that program. In fact, it's always going to be searching for something more. And then even when you get that more, it's going to search for something even more than that. Ego is never ever satisfied. That's why a lot of people have empty lives because they don't feel satisfied. Because you can never ever satisfy ego. You can have all the money in the world, and if you're trying to satisfy ego, ego will always find something more than that to shoot for. So even if you had all the money, you could be lacking love because you surrender love to get that money. So then your ego's like, well, I want love now because I don't have it. Because ego is also running on a program that is of lack. It's of lack. Because we already just talked about how ego is never satisfied. So that's a form of lack. It's a form of lack. So if you want to live your life with lack, then live your life with ego. Because the ego is full of lack. But if you want to live your life full of abundance, then you have to live your life from your essence, which is always whole and complete. And the thing that is going to be your biggest block from living your life from essence is going to be your ego. So if you are wanting to live your life from essence and not ego, that's why I developed the Ultimate Life coaching package, because it's going to help you see how those two energies play within your life, so then you can consciously choose how you want to live your life from there on out. But then it takes on the great responsibility of having that awareness and wanting to share it with everybody. That's what an Ultimate Life coach then does after that. When they get that turning point in our own life where they're living from their essence, then they're going to go out trying to share with others. But the only way that it really works is by them actually committing to be a coach themselves. Because having this knowledge is not meant to be kept to ourselves. But the only way it's respected in this experience is when it's valued. And the only way people actually value things here in this experience is when there's a price involved. And that's actually investing. That's one way we can invest here. But when people are running on a program, the only thing that they see that has value is when it has a price tag. And then they have a perceived value based on the price tag, not on what they're actually purchasing. Because I could sell junk and put $1 million on it, and all of a sudden that junk has value to it because there's a value attached to it from the price. And that's a lot of people's mentality. And then when they spend all that money on that junk and they take it home, then they're not satisfied because it doesn't fulfill them. because it's just junk. Then it starts to take away their energy, then rob them of the energy they do have because it's just junk. Then it robs them of the life that they're meant to live here. But mind you, that's how the vast majority of people live their life here on Earth. They spend their money on junk, thinking that that junk is going to fulfill them, but it doesn't. But they can experience it. But if they think a piece of junk is going to make them feel fulfilled when they don't feel fulfilled to begin with, it's not going to. It can add to people's enjoyment, but to fulfill them, there's nothing outside of you that can fulfill you. Only you can fulfill yourself. And you always have everything that you need to be fulfilled here within you. That comes from your own essence. Because your essence is whole and complete. So it has everything that you need for your experience here. So with that being said, water signs, since you are so fluid and you're able to basically adapt to almost every situation, you would be a great energy to actually incorporate the ultimate life coaching with yourself, because you have the natural energy to show other people how this can impact their life. I'm a water sign. I'm an ultimate life coach. I'm out here showing other people how this can impact their life too, and how it can empower them. Now, the sign that perceives to have the most power with them is not the water sign. So if you sense the power within me, it's not because I'm a water sign, it's because I'm empowered from the essence within me, who I really am. Not my avatar, not my flesh suit, but my essence. Not my ego, which is part of the human experience, but my essence, who I really am. If you want that for yourself, then that's what you have to do for you, to be empowered too. With that being said, I'm just going to jump into your tarot love reading here too. But what I actually did in the first 12 and a half minutes was give you the core that's going to power you. The challenges you actually implement it into your life. And when you do, that's your actual union that you're seeking while you're here in this experience. Because you think that something outside of you will fulfill it, but this card is in reverse, so it's inner fulfillment. Inner fulfillment. Nothing outside of you. And there's a lot of growth potential with that, because all the fruit that is being produced with this too. So it's not just meant for us to keep it to ourselves, because fruit is meant to be shared. Like, no one just consumes all the fruit in the world. We all share the fruit. It's part of what the earth gives us without any expectations to nourish our bodies with, so we can have this human experience. And the earth just naturally gives us to us with unconditional love. Earth shows us what true unconditional love is, because earth continuously gives to us no matter what. No matter how much we abuse earth, it always continues to give to us. It always gives us everything that we need to be fulfilled here. But then, what do? We abuse earth. We don't appreciate earth, because it just continuously gives with us without expectations. And since we are not fulfilled, we don't respect that, because what? We don't have it for ourselves. How do we respect anything that we don't have for ourselves? We tend to be jealous then. We tend to be spiteful, because we resent that we don't have it for ourselves to begin with. So you want to be abundant and have all the alchemical elements for your life, because that's what the Four of Wands is all about. And then you can actually start enjoying life because they're enjoying life, right? You have to feel that for yourself first. You have to feel for yourself first before you see anywhere else in your life. That's what temperance is all about, right? Temperance is all about balance. And this is in reverse too, because you have to feel it first before you see it anywhere else in your life. So you have to be it first before it's anywhere else in your life. And what I'm seeing is it's not a goal that we strive for, it's within us. That's why temperance is facing away from us, because even temperance is not our goal. Our goal is to enjoy ourselves the way we are. But our ego disrupts that enjoyment. And that's why we have tower moments. Tower moments only happen because of our own ego. Because we're not willing to surrender our ego, because we're not even aware that it's our ego that's in control instead of our essence. That's why the tower moment is in the upright, because it's actually what's happening. It's actually what's happening. And until we extract down the tower, we don't have clarity. And we only get clarity through our what? Our third eye. But our third eye is well aware that we have to have these tower moments so that we can strike down everything that's keeping us from being connected. Because it's only ourselves that block ourselves from being connected. Sometimes we look for someone outside ourselves to do the work for us to be connected, but all it does is break us down, because nothing outside of us even knows what we need within ourselves to be connected. Because only ourselves know what we need for ourselves to be connected. So it's kind of a conundrum, only to your ego though. Your ego won't understand what connection is, because it's not programmed to understand it. This operates on a program to protect you physically. And when we're talking about connection, ego is not programmed for that. So then when you come into this realization, then you really have to build a new foundation for yourself. And it's inner work. That's why it's in reverse. You have to go inwards and recreate your foundation that's actually built on your essence instead of your ego. And it does take work, because you have to surrender your ego. And ego just doesn't surrender, because it has a built-in survival instinct. It's going to do what it has to do to survive. It doesn't want to surrender its power and control to your essence because of its program. But eventually, when your ego has observed that your essence actually does a better job than it does, then it could be at ease that your essence is in the driver's seat instead of itself. But are you there yet for yourself? And if this is something that you want for yourself, then what action steps are you taking to obtain that for yourself? I gave you a solution to it. Now it's up to you if you want to take advantage of that or not. What I'm going to do is draw a card from... Alright, this is just confirmation. But I drew a card from Next World Tarot. We're going to put on top of the reading. What it's going to do is confirm everything I just said in one card. And I just drew it. And I'm going to lay it down. You're not going to know what I'm talking about until I break it down for you. Because that's what you're here for, right? To see what this tarot reader has to say. We're going to see what he has to say. It has nothing to do with me, though. Doesn't. I'm not here for myself. If it was, I wouldn't be here at all. Because I'm good. I'm here to help you to be good, though. So you feel whole and complete. So you are connected. Because right now, you're not feeling connected. Look at this energy on this card. And then what does it say at the bottom there? I know it's in reverse, but LOSS, lost. When you're not connected, you feel lost. And what do you feel when you're lost? You feel defeated. You feel incomplete. You don't feel like you're worth anything. Do you see a lot of value in this card? Or do you feel something that is dying, that doesn't feel like they're worth anything? Because when you run a program based on ego, it never ever makes you feel whole and complete. You're always searching for the next thing that can possibly make you feel that way. But the only way you truly feel that way is by connecting to your essence. So if you want to feel that way for yourself too, water signs, that's what you have to do. Now find a way to do that for yourself. I gave you a solution for it. Now, if you want to take advantage of that solution, then look for a way to do that for yourself. Well, I love you, water signs, a lot, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.